tell the reminiscences of direct disciples. He says, I will tell you a reminiscence of Swami Shivananda. That is how the Americans pronounce it. They all laughed. Very practical, more practical than this. I can see this is from Pam. How do I know? Because she brings certain things. Yes, that is why I know.
What's in the bag?
Nuts.
Do you know what's in the bag?
Nuts.
Oh, nuts. Great.
Nuts from a
She
psychiatrist.
thinks I am not
You're not nutty enough.
not yet. Not patrata se java shamini java. So, we are just discussing Swami Premeshanandaji's very beautiful remarks about the 4 paths, 4 yogas. What happens if we are not careful, what dangers these can lead to. Mukti, liberation, cannot be achieved through work unless the work is done unselfishly. We all talk about karma yoga. Who can really do karma yoga in this world? Only God can do karma yoga. And even I say he can't do karma yoga also. Even he cannot do karma yoga. Why? What is karma yoga?
It's leading to liberation.
No, God doesn't need liberation.
Exactly.
Karma yoga means what? He is prarabdha. He created this world, so he has to clean it up. Is that called karma yoga? You see, if you had dirtied some place, whose duty is it to clean? Yours. Suppose your son dirties some place. Whose duty is it?
Me.
So we are all like his children. So he alone, or a liberated soul, can do real karma yoga because there is absolutely no desire. Whereas we do karma yoga, it's not that we do not have any desires. We have the biggest desire. We want more result. Everyone else is satisfied with little result. But we want more than little result. We want God. But God also says, in this world, it is very rare for people to say, for anyone to say, that I want you. How many people tell to God, I want you? Very few people. And the people who say, I want you, God, not for the sake of God, but for the sake of some selfish end, like the story of the old woman. One day she went to forest and collected lot of firewood, unable to lift it onto her head, and in despair she called, "Oh death, when are you going to come?" Immediately he came. What shall I do? He was expecting that. She says, take me away. He says, no, lift this bundle. This is not a joke. We all say we want to progress in spiritual life. And it looks as though we are sincere. And to some extent, we are sincere also. But we are not aware of how many hidden motives are there behind each one of our actions. Are we ready to give up everything for God? That is the main purport of this Katha Upanishad. This man says, I want to go to heaven. Why do you want to carry your old cows? What a wonderful story, Katha Upanishad story. The condition was, if you want to go to heaven, you have to give up everything that belongs to this earth. including your body, your mind, your relatives, your family, everybody. Because the condition is only you can go to heaven. And that is the highest truth. In this world, you may love your family, but what can you do for them? Can you sleep for them? Can you eat for them? Can you be happy for them? Or can you be unhappy for them? There is very little that one can really do for anybody else in this world. We have to carry our own burden. So, if this is our condition, then how can we expect that we can carry others to heaven? Then why are we so much attached to them? That is called Maya. Attachment is due to Maya. Even though we know attachment is bad, still our normal experiences show that we are unable to give it up. This is called Maya. Knowing fully well that this is not necessary, and yet we fall victims again and again and again and again. So Yamadharmaraja was gloating. It's also fun, Lots of people, they want to get out of me. Means death. So in this story, Yamadharmaraja was both the Lord of death and also Lord of the Brahma Vidya, one who teaches knowledge of Brahma. So interesting, because who can be the Lord of death? If a person himself is subject to death, can he be called Lord of death? So he must be someone who had conquered death. That is why he became Lord of death. How symbolic that story, Why did Nachiketa go to Yamadharmaraja?
Because his father had
Told him to go to death. But then, where did he go? He went to the Yamadharmaraja. Who was Yamadharmaraja? Lord of death. So, these two meanings. Lord of death means every creature has to go. So, what does Yamadharmaraja do according to Vedantic concept? There are parallels in the Bible. As it is a crude type of belief. When a person goes, then Judgment Day, God will visit him. And there are two doors. Reception hall, left side door, right side door. Right side door, all those who did good things, they enter through that door. And all the others, go through. What is the parallelism here? What is the symbolism here? Do you think that God condemns anybody to go to hell? Who condemns?
We condemn ourselves.
We condemn ourselves by our own actions and desire. It is such a simple explanation. Every day of our life we are exhibiting it, demonstrating it. We are proofs of it. A person says, I want to get knowledge of this book. What does he do? He starts reading. And then suddenly his wife comes, somebody comes and screams. A cricket match is going on. What happens to this book? Yeah. The way out of samsara is the book. And he hardly started reading, then he throws that and goes to watch the cricket. Is it not happening every day of our life? Any distraction means our mind is not set here. So we are condemning ourselves. There is no need for any extraneous force to come and condemn us. Our own condition can tell us, are you happy? By all measurable standards, we should be supremely happy. Not in a spiritual way, but normal way. Why? You are in a safe country. and you have sufficient, a good house, and nothing lacking in the form of simple dress, simple food, more than simple, I am only putting it, more than simple. How many billions of people do not have this facility? Clean water. Should we not be happy? Suppose you are in that condition. Imagine you are in a country where every day death is stalking you. Anybody can come and kill you. Unclean water. Like that Nigeria and those, what is that, Uganda? Where those 500,000 people were shot to death by their own people, two tribes. What is that country?
Rwanda.
Uganda.
Rwanda.
Rwanda. Yes, Rwanda. So, if you are born in that country, of course you accept. Human condition is, a human being accepts any condition. First it will be horrible, but if you are born there, you don't even think 100 times. Now I am thinking, who is born in a village. In a village, cow dung smell is a very common thing. And we never minded it. We used to play and do all this. Now if you ask me to go and then live there, I won't get sleep for some time at least. And then slowly we get accustomed. People are living in slum areas. When? Not 2000 centuries back. Right now, in UK, in America, every developed country has its own slum. And life is very, very uncertain there. There is gunfights, drinking, quarreling, killing each other or beating each other. It's a very common thing. Even here in London, if you go certain areas, they say this, youth, you can't go out. Anyway, if you are in Rwanda, in this camp, you are always fearing there is no clean water. Have you seen photographs? They are going some dirty water, and that water they are bringing by kerosene tins. Suddenly, you are transported to a place like this, given a clean house, and you are so happy for a few days. And within those few days, if God comes to you and says, what boon do you want? Imagine that after a few days you have to go back. Now God comes and says, what boon do you want? What will you ask?
To continue in the state you're in.
Lord, allow me to stay here as long as I am. And if He says, yes, you are so very happy, then why are you not happy now? Because you get accustomed. This is the nature of the human mind. Always it is looking for some change. So because you change it from a very bad condition to a good condition, that change takes some days to get accustomed. Until then you are very happy. And then afterwards, tata came. What now? You feel unhappy, is it not? Anything. You get a first class car, first class house, first class dress, name, fame, salary. First time when they change, that changing period, you are very happy. But as soon as that period is over, you are back to, your mind is back to its normal condition. Is it not? Is not a truth? Anyway, so Yamadharmaraja means, he says, that punah punaha apadyate mam. An ordinary jiva, he goes on, he knows he is suffering. And yet, again and again, he comes under my control. That who Uchama is speaking here, not the era Brahma, death. But here, he is also titled Dharmaraja. He is not Yama, he is Dharmaraja. Dharmaraja means he is embodiment of dharma. That means he is like a mirror. He doesn't judge. Simply you go and stand in front of him, you know how you look. Your own karmas will determine, you know, okay, this is the karma I have done, this is the result I have to get. That's it. But though we know that, but again human mind, I deserve better. Even though I know I have not done well, even I deserve better. And then go on, somebody has to be blamed. So go on blaming somebody else. Whereas this Nachiketa, he wanted a Yamadharmaraja who can tell him how to conquer death. How do we know? How do we know? Come on, you read so many books, you are hearing so many talks. Tell me, how do we know that he went to the other personality of Yamadharmaraja? How do you know?
That's a difficult question because it's in the books.
It is there.
Yeah.
And then Yamadharmaraja offers him 3 boons.
Yeah.
And this is also wonderful. He says, in lieu of 3 days you are waiting for me, I offer you 3 boons.
His father.
So, first he asks, let my father be. He was not happy, let him be happy. Second,
Whole humanity.
How to go to
heaven.
go to heaven. How to go to heaven. And then last question was
Liberation.
liberation. Now there is also beauty in these 3 questions. These are 3 stages of human development. Every ordinary human being, what is the first goal of his life? Let me be happy in this world. The first boon says, let my family be happy. Means my father be happy. If father is happy, then son also is happy. That means, let me be happy in this world. Fulfilled. Then, as soon as this is fulfilled, as I said, if you are unhappy, then you seek happiness. And once you are happy, then you say, Tathaki, what next? The desire will not stop. Okay, I am happy in this world. Let me be happy in the other world also. He is still in Maya, but is far superior. We know why this man is far superior?
Because he's thinking about not here and now, but what happens in the next second.
More than that. More than that means he believes there is no death. We are frightened of death. But a man who believes in heaven is not frightened of death. Because if I die and everything is over, then where is heaven? The question doesn't arise. He believes the soul continues. So he wants better and better happiness. This is the worst situation most people face these days. That is, they don't believe in the afterlife. They think this is the only life and this is the end of life. Naturally, all their desires are focused only here and now. This is called worldliness. This is what Sri Ramakrishna calls worldliness. Higher than that is a man who really believes, because if a person doesn't believe there is a heaven, that means after death I can attain to a higher place. He will not even desire it. So there is this law. You desire only what you know to be the truth. You get the point? You never desire something which you think is unreal. Or you don't believe it to be real, which comes to the same. That is why many people, they don't desire God. They say they desire God. But as I said, two types of desiring God. One is for God's sake, and the other is to get the help of God in fulfilling our present desires. Most of us are like that.
Upar.
Yeah, he's an
Not
instrument.
Uddesha.
He's an instrument.
Exactly.
So, this man who believes in heaven, he is a far superior man. You know why? First of all, he is a man of faith. And how does he know heaven exists?
Oh, sorry.
That's fine.
I forgot to put in silent.
Because he believes in scriptures, but it's also I believe that we are born with certain knowledge, and
Where from did you get that knowledge?
from previous lives,
A knowledge of what?
spirituality.
No. Again, you are going back to the same question. At some point in our lives, either in this life or in the past lives, or in the future lives, our only source of knowledge, other than the five sense organs knowledge, is only the scripture. Ajnata gnapakam shastram. Real scripture is that which makes us know what can never be known through the five sense organs.
So, what is intuitive knowledge regarding spirituality?
But how do you get intuitive knowledge?
Through sadhana,
And how do you do sadhana?
through scriptures.
Just scripture.
Again, you have to come back to the scriptures.
Or a teacher.
Scripture means here not necessarily only what we call books. A Swami, a holy man, or Sri Ramakrishna, Ramana Maharshi, Mirabai, Tulsidas, or Saint Augustine, whoever, Jesus Christ, Buddha, they all talk about that knowledge, and their only purpose is they never talk about this world. In fact, they talk against this world. Every saint talks against this world. He says, yes, there is some happiness, but it comes also with a crown of misery. So you have to pay. This is what is called, in worldliness also expresses itself in wisdom. You get what you pay for. Yeah. And this is not only money. If you want happiness of marriage, you have to pay in the form of marriage. If you pay, what do you pay in the form of marriage? Adjustment. And then both, you get also some happiness, you also get maybe much more unhappiness. This happiness and unhappiness proportion is 50-50. One horse versus one rabbit. You know that? Oh, Swami Dayatmanandaji Mj. He gives a lot of these humorous stories. So during the Second World War here, and one man saw an advertisement, rabbit meat served here. People exhausted, rabbit meat, very rare. So he went happily, ordered, and he was supplied. He was eating, and he could not get rabbit meat. He knows how rabbit tastes, but he couldn't get. So he called the manager and said, "Is this really rabbit meat?" Manager said, "To be truthful to you, not all rabbit's meat." And 50-50. What do you mean by 50-50? I say, we mixed horse meat with rabbit meat. What is the proportion? 50-50. What do you mean by 50? One horse?
Almost 70-30.
Not even worse than that. 99-1. Maybe.
Yeah.
Everything is in perception.
So, everything in the perception. One man went to a restaurant. and ordered turtle soup. So he was supplied. He was eating, but he was not. He was doubtful whether it was turtle soup. So he called the chef and all. Is this turtle soup? The chef asked, did you ever taste turtle soup before? He said, no. The chef said, what difference does it make? If you don't know how it tastes,
So whatever I will just eat.
so do you see, scriptures is our only source. But scriptures are very compassionate. They know the nature of human being. That's why its purpose, the purpose of a scripture is always to lead one from our present position to God. But it leads very gradually. So the first step it tells is, why are you wanting to be unhappy? You can be happy in this world. So I can be happy in this world, yes. What shall I do to be happy in this world? You do sakama karma yoga. Not nishkama karma yoga. Sakama karma yoga. Certain things the scripture says, you worship God, you lead a rightful life. This is what is called karma siddhanta. If you don't do anything bad, then you are doing everything good. And that must give you the right results in this world. Okay, when a man goes through this world's happiness, then he finds there are two types of unhappiness. It's opposite. That is the nature of the worldly happiness. Always comes with its opposite, but in two ways. What are those two ways? That if we do something wrong, suppose a thief steals some money and he got some money by wrong means. Then he goes to a nice restaurant and he orders very nice food. He enjoys. But at the same time, always there is a fear. I may be caught. And one day he will be caught and then he will be made to pay for all those things. But here the scripture is warning people, don't do anything bad, do only good. And what is the result of good deeds? Again happiness. But in this case, this happiness, the happiness results in another kind of unhappiness. What is that? Every happiness has to come to an end. There is nothing called unending happiness. You pay £5 in a restaurant and then you go on eating 365 days an hour. Sometimes this works in USA. $7. Eat as much as you can. And really, I was shocked.
About?
Because once when I went to Chicago, one devotee took me because he was showing around. At noon, we had to eat somewhere. He took me to a very nice Indian restaurant.
Okay.
Excellent restaurant, I tell you. And $7 each.
Buffet system, whatever you can.
Take,
Whatever.
it is all open, nobody will ask you. If you can eat 100 times, you are free. How many varieties are there? 3 or 4 types of rice, 3-4 curries, then including non-vegetarian chicken, fish, etc. Then 3 varieties of very nice sweets. And so many other things added there, papad and pickles, etc., etc. And I took a little, what is it called, givat, pulao rice, and some curries, etc. So tasty. So you can, I could never imagine in the UK you can have for $7 this kind of thing. If a fellow with a huge stomach goes there, But they won't say because in America food is so cheap. Anyway, what I am saying is that whatever happiness we get, it comes to an end. Suppose a man has got very nice family, wife, children, very nice people. But death comes, tragedy can come. And one's karma has nothing to do with the other people's karma. They have their own karma. So, this is the second type of unhappiness. You see, the first type of unhappiness, you did something good and bad, you get good results and bad results. The second type of unhappiness is you did only good. So, the result is, but that doesn't last long because that is the nature of this world. And your karma is also limited karma. With limited karma, you can never get an unlimited result. This is why Shankaracharya is the secret of understanding Shankaracharya. Shankaracharya is not against karma. Many people say that he is against karma. No. What he wants to say, you do as much karma as you want. But the karma is limited. If karma is limited, karma phala is also limited. And how can you get liberation? Liberation means unending happiness, eternal happiness. How can you get eternal and infinite happiness with limited karma? You can never get. That is why he says there is another method, which is knowledge. Anyway, so this is the first thing that scripture teaches is refrain from wrong type of life and always follow a good life. You will be happy in this world to the extent it is possible. The next step is, after some time, the man feels, oh, every happiness in this world comes to an end. Is there a longer happiness? Yes. If you go to heaven, it is a much, much, much longer happiness. So, then what is the way? Then the second, that is called yajna and upasana. This is called karma upasana, a combination of both karma. By karma means rituals. And rituals combined with upasana is the way to go to heaven. Different types of heavens are there. Degrees of heavens are there. Degrees of, like first class hotels. Degrees are there. Depends upon how much money you pay. An ordinary room, air conditioned, etc. One bed. If you pay more, double bed. If you pay more, one suite. Like business first class, like aeroplane. Or a bus from Delhi to Jaipur. They tell you the story. One foreigner, Englishman, went to Delhi. He wanted to go to Jaipur. So he went to the bus stand, and he wanted to buy a ticket. So there was one driver. He is the driver, he is the conductor, he is the ticket collector, he is everything. So the man went and asked, I want to go to Jaipur, give me a ticket. The driver asked, which type of ticket you want? First class, second class, third class? The man, people inside, it was all exactly the same, no difference at all. He asked, what is the difference between first class, second class and third class? He said, yes, I will explain to you. Somewhere on the way, invariably the bus, it fails for some time. So, when it fails, if you bought a third class ticket, you have to take down your own luggage and also push the bus. If you buy the second class ticket, then you keep the luggage inside the bus and push. But if you buy the first class ticket, then you can sit inside the bus. So, even inside the heaven, there is Indra. He is the king of the gods. Then there are gods. Then there are minor gods. You know, there's a lot of differences there. The Puranas are completely explaining this. Even there is an hierarchy. Like first class hotel, there is an hierarchy. So depends upon the karma. Karma is like payment. So if you have so much of payment, they will give you according to what punya you have earned. But it will come to an end for everybody. As soon as that punya is over, you will have to come down. So if a man goes through these things, there will come a time when he gets tired and says, this coming down, Travidya mam somapa putapapa ignairistva swargalokam lavante kshine punye martyalokam vishanti evam trayi dharmam anuprapanna. Bhagavad Gita. It says once the heavenly that quota according to your money, punya, is finished, credit card, when the credit card gets exhausted, you will be pushed out and you will come down again. So you get tired. Then the question naturally comes, is there any permanent lasting happiness? Scripture says yes. For that you have to give up all hopes of happiness in this as well as in the other world. That is called vairagya. It's not something forced. Only when you want permanent happiness, then you have to give. Even vairagya is necessary. If you want to go to heaven, you will have to give up what belongs to the earth. You can't go with this body to heaven. It is like you don't invite a pig into your living room. Like that, you cannot go with this. This is a dirty body compared to heavenly happiness. You need a heavenly body, because that happiness can be experienced only through the appropriate instrument.
So when you said forced vairagya, so if your life circumstances are quite bad, and you develop a sense of, because you're forced in a way to develop a sense of detachment, whereas a man who's got everything, material wealth, and that person develops detachment, is that...
There is no forced vairagya, forced circumstances. But vairagya is something which should come from within.
Not by circumstances.
No, circumstances, sometimes when we go through difficult circumstances, if we have enough good samskaras, these circumstances make us think. And then say, okay, I had enough of that thing, I don't want to go through the same experience again, let me become a better person. So, circumstances can help us, provided we have samskaras. That is why Sri Ramakrishna gives an example. Here are two neighbors quarreling, and they are going to court. Year after year they go to court. Year after year they are suffering loss. The only people who gain are the lawyers. And in India can teach how to practice law to the whole world, because they have special clubs. All these opponents only for getting money. But they are great friends. They will meet in the club. And then they tell, hey, so on 17th we have got a case, isn't it? Yes. Bhai, do me a favor. I want to buy one Porsche car. So please postpone. And the other fellow, okay, all right. Favor returned, or favor to be returned in future. Okay. So when this court case is about, this client is waiting. Today everything will be in my favor. The lawyer phones, I am having stomachache, I can't attend the court. So judge postpones. Then next time, this fellow will ask the favor. Like that they go on postponing. Doctors are also like that in India. Now they have learned. You go to a doctor and says, you need these additional tests just to be sure. And he recommends, you go to this clinic. By chance, if you go to another clinic, then he will never again treat you properly. You have to go to the clinic which he recommends, and he gets a percentage cut. India is very clever, So it thinks. Anyway, so these are the 3 levels of Vairagya. First Vairagya. What is it? If you want worldly happiness in this world, then you will have to give up behaving wrongly. Second type of Vairagya. If you want to go to heaven, then you will have to give up all desires for this world happiness. But if you want liberation, then you will have to give up hopes of this world and heavenly world, every world. This is what we get.
Swamiji, according to Vedanta, which I kind of find it difficult to understand, is there's no bondage and there's no liberation.
Yeah.
So, but we have to go through all the Vipassana and all the stages before we realize that.
Yeah.
Is that what it is? But we are looking for liberation, and that's why we are doing everything. And there's no
You are putting 2 legs in 2 different opposite places and seeking for a solution. This is the problem some people encounter, and they don't understand that their question is wrong. Let me give you 2 examples. Suppose first example is you are in your own home, you had nice dinner, you go to sleep, and then suddenly in the dream somebody is dragging you into jail. And you are asking, I have not done anything wrong. Why am I to go? Then somebody is shouting, hey, I know this lady, she is a good person, she has never done anything wrong, why are you doing? So you get some moral courage from that person who is shouting. But the other fellow who is dragging you will not keep quiet. He says, you shut up, and he is taking you. So you know you haven't done anything wrong. The person who is shouting knows you have not done anything in the dream. But in the dream, you don't know that you are really, you know that you are free, but still these things are happening. You go through that experience. When you wake up, what is your experience? I was never in a jail. I was completely free. Is it not? So if in the dream a Swami is to come and say that you are never in bondage, suppose somebody is beating you up, black and blue, and at that time you are shouting, and I come there, and then I say, no one is beating you, you are simply imagining. What would be your attitude towards me at that time? I am speaking